Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the United Way for the Brighton versus Manchester United Premier League preview. Another game, another day, and joining me today to preview this game tomorrow was Tom. Tom, how's things with yourself?
Good night, how are you?
Good. I got the job done on Sunday. I thought you done. I only got to watch the first half, but a few players improved. Malacia
Defensively, we
being
were
one.
good. Oh, yeah, Malacia improved massively. Defense was good. And Luke Shaw, man, I thought Luke Shaw was man of the match. Luke Shaw was brilliant. Lindelof wasn't bad either. Like the whole back four was okay. They had a clean sheet. First team to do it, get that in ages since Emery came in. Like fair play to them. They got the job done in fairness.
Yeah, it was a solid win. Casemiro seemed to be back to his brilliant best. Done a lot more.
He knew he scored in the first half, and obviously made a really good pass as well. Obviously, and got the bullet header which went to Rashford, which obviously led to Fernandez's goal. So no, we did got the job done. We weren't like unreal or anything. I thought, to be honest, Rashford's a bit poor now, but he's been good all season, so I'm not going to go too bad. But it was one of his worst games. To be fair, I will say he was pretty poor, I thought. But we got the job done, thankfully, so we could go out with being a bit off.
Yeah, that's it. It was a solid win. I only got to watch the first half, but that's why there was no watch on because I had to go out. But it was decent. We had a decent few chances, like you mentioned, the Casemiro one there. Decent few chances. You mentioned Bruno's goal. Rashford's touch, I thought, what the hell? But luckily Bruno was there to put it in the back of the net.
Yeah, Rashford's touch was off. Yeah, Sunday, but the shot was a bit too weak. Like he was never going to score it. Like, but Frankie Machetes couldn't catch. He just parried out. Fernandez deflection needs chance. Like as long as the ball went in, you got the point. The job done. That's all. And that's what got done. So we were lucky in that case.
Yeah, that's it. As you said, he's been doing brilliant all season, so we can't really jump on top of him now. Like, it'd be a bit unfair to do. I thought, everyone did fairly well. De Gea getting a clean sheet again. I think he's 15 clean sheets now. I think he has. He's top in the Golden Glove. Let's be honest, a keeper that's been getting a lot of criticism this season. If he wins the Golden Glove, like that'd be just mental. I can't remember last time De Gea won the Golden Glove.
2018.
Was that the green goalkeeper kit? I think it was.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when Mourinho. That's when De Gea was like prime De Gea. That was prime De Gea.
Yeah. Do you remember the time? I think it was in the FA Cup. I'm not sure what game it was, but the ball was. I don't know what happened. The ball was coming in, and De Gea literally, prime season, kept it on the line, and I think the linesman clapped his hands because De Gea done so well in that moment.
I don't remember that, to be honest. Like, no, I can't remember that one, to be honest. Like, it probably was, but I actually can't think of the minute.
Yeah, I remember watching it and I thought, I forget the match. I'm not sure whether it was the semi-final. I think it was against Everton. I'm not sure, but it was a long time ago anyway. So.
That was 2016.
Was it? So it was a few years later then. I actually forget what game it was now.
Well, it could have been against Spurs in 2018 as well. Like could have, because we played. We lost at 2018.
It's funny. I can remember the moments, but I can't remember the game. It's mental. But I actually don't remember. Rahul with a comment saying, "How me beat Jim Ratcliffe?" Tom, we literally ended the live on Saturday, and like an hour later, Jim Ratcliffe is supposedly in pole position. What do you think of that?
No idea, but sure. Look, what can we do? We're not like spoiled for choice. I just gotta. I don't know, to be honest, what we can do. Just pray, I guess.
Yeah, I know. I think we spoke about this like the other day. You said that you'd rather Qatar come in, obviously, because you don't want the Glazers, still having that little bit of a say.
Yeah.
Yeah. If he comes in, it's going to be more, isn't it? Like, you're probably going to get Ratcliffe out now and that. So, what's what I'm looking for? The protests will never end until Qatar comes in. And I've seen something today that some reliable source, actually, I think he broke the Sabitzer news when he was coming to Manchester United on loan, says if the Qatar, take I'm just gonna take it with a pinch of salt because you have to these days with Man United news. But basically, it was if we get Qatar, they're looking to get Mbappe. When I seen Mbappe, I kind of thought, but you never know. But Mbappe, I think it was Kingsley Coleman, Camavinga, and someone else. I'm not sure who it was. Now, if we can get them, that'd be brilliant.
I don't want Mbappe. I don't want him.
No,
like,
I don't want him.
But, like, the problem he's going to cause dressing. Like, remember Ronaldo came in? Like, he's too big of a player, too big of an ego. Kill dressing room. Like, obviously, we know he's a talented player, but no, keep him away from us. Keep him away.
Yeah, I'm a brilliant player, but he's kind of caused a bit of not mortar, but a bit of confliction between himself and PSG. Like, isn't he like have a say in that club now, like PSG?
I think so. I something like that. I know myself. I don't quite know what he has, but there's something to do with it anyway.
Imagine that picking out a team and Mbappe's like, nah, listen, I want to play Harry Maguire today. I don't want to play fucking Varane. He'd be like, yeah, I mean, I like Mbappe. I think he's a brilliant player. Like him and Haaland in the Premier League will be brilliant. Hopefully, not against us, but yeah, I mean, it's hard to know. I mean, when I seen Mbappe, I kind of said to myself, right, I'm going to take this with a little pinch of salt. I'm not going to jump into it too much because you have to. You have to. Yeah, I've shown some reliable source, anyways, but I think it was the force to break Christian Falk. You know Christian Falk?
Part of him.
Yeah, he's like a German source, kind of said it himself, but Qatar have to take over for us if we're going to do that. Rahul says, continue protesting. I suggest start a protest against Ratcliffe. Yeah, I seen you today, just Glazers out. I'm sure you've got a few people saying Glazers out, Qatar in, no to Ratcliffe. I mean, Twitter was going mental. I mean, there was meant to be like an 18-minute boycott, but I'm not going to lie to you. I watched the first half and no one boycotted the first 18 minutes.
I mean, I don't think we should be going that far. We're like, watch the full match. I mean, I don't know, but like, no need to walk in after it. Just watch the full match, honestly. I know, like, what you're trying to do, but at the same time, this go tits up, and you might as well just stay watch the whole match. Like, you might think there's no need to not watch it. Like, I mean,
you spent all that money on a ticket, you might as well just go in and watch the bloody match.
Exactly. Yeah, like, sure. If you're there to watch it, watch the full thing. Like, don't just come in for 18 minutes just because you're trying to make a point or whatever. Like, I mean,
yeah,
it's not as easy as that, I'm afraid.
Sorry, I was just reading a comment there. Sorry, I mean, you're paying all that money for a ticket, so either way, the money is going into their bank account. They don't care if you miss the first 18 minutes. They don't care if you buy a ticket. Just don't go to the match. They're like, well, my son bought a ticket. I mean, Tom, hear me out. Do you really think the Glazers were watching that match on Sunday?
No chance.
Yeah. I mean, I love the protests, and I think we should keep doing them. But what do we do? We're on to the pitch again and go mental.
Yeah, like, I understand the protest, but like, don't go too far where you're missing parts of matches and like you're being a bit stupid. Like, I mean, I understand obviously we're angry and we want them out, which is obviously very understandable. Just don't go too far. Just like be sensible as you can with it. Like,
yeah. Rahul says we want Ratcliffe out before he even comes. He also says, obviously speaking about Ratcliffe, if the guy's a true supporter of the club, he wouldn't keep the Glazers in. No, I mean, supposing he wanted to buy Chelsea a while back. I think when Abramovich kind of left. So, like, I mean, hear me out, Tom. If you're a big Manchester United fan, you have that money, and Manchester United's for sale. Like, would you bother looking at any other club but Man United if you're a true supporter?
No, you wouldn't.
No. So, I mean, is it just all waffle, would you say?
Yeah, I know. Like, it's all a bit messy. It's all a bit stupid. Yeah, no, I don't. This guy. I don't think he's the right man for our club. Like, with all due respect, just don't do it, mate. Come on, man. Like, we don't want you. Like, just find somewhere else.
Yeah. I think when we heard that news about he wants the Glazers to kind of have a say, a shareholder, something like that. I think what was it? Ratcliffe was buying majority of the shareholder, something like that. Whatever it was, I'm reading that much news. He says. I think after that, people kind of got turned off him. Like he kind of burnt his own bridges basically.
Mm.
The two. Uh, if Ratcliffe is a true supporter, he will hear any protest against him. I mean, that's it. Like it's good. It's the. I mean, at this stage, Tom, is the Glazers kind of leaving and Ratcliffe coming in? Well, the Glazers won't be leaving. They'll still have a bit of a say, but will it just cause a lot more, noise around Old Trafford? Like if Ratcliffe takes over, doing a protest the day after is not going to work.
Yeah,
Like,
no, it's all can go. It's not good. That's all I can say.
Yeah. How old is Ratcliffe? I think he's in his 60s. Is he? I've seen something there like he's in his 60s.
He's
And
old
that's,
enough anyway.
I was watching this the other day actually. I forget the name of the channel I was watching on, but he said, "Could we have another Malcolm Glazer situation if Ratcliffe comes in? Say like 15 years down the line or something like that."
I mean, that is possible. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say if he does take over, I hope that happens. Like Jesus Christ,
oh,
but
definitely not. But like, it could though. Like, I mean, no point in just hiding it. Like, I mean, that is definitely possible.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I seen something today, and actually earlier on, and the chant of somebody is still in my head saying, Malcolm, Malcolm's in a box. Like, you just can't beat it, can you? I thought I'd love to do them in the protests. I think they're deadly. But Ratcliffe, him investing is just about expanding business, nothing more. Yeah, he's only here for the moolah. Phil, though, that Ratcliffe is just a pawn. Qatar will win. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I mean, it's just getting, one day you're getting Qatar seems to be the heavy favourite. Now you're getting Ratcliffe is in pole position. I mean, it's just interesting. It's just interesting. I mean, Tom, for example, if Ratcliffe takes over, you know, can you see us going, one step forward, two steps back kind of thing, or can you
Yeah,
see it
like
maybe doing something?
yeah, like you're not really asking for much of improvement if you're bringing him in. If Bates still want a bit, like the main reason is to get rid of them, not keep them in as a little bit of like whatever. Like if you get rid of them, you get rid of them. It's like say you're breaking up, like you're divorcing your wife, but you're still seeing her twice a week. Like that's not the point. If you're breaking bad terms, get rid of. Like you're married to someone. They constantly cheat and you destroy you. The last 15, 20 years, they've been a major problem in your life. You need to get rid of them to improve and get your life back on track. What does this person do? Get rid of them completely and stop seeing them. But instead it's like, oh, I'll see them still. I'll see them a bit. Like I'll see them every now and again. You're just defeating the purpose. It's like, no, you're not improving it. Like you're literally denying the whole point of it, which is getting rid of them, not keeping them a little bit. Like it's so stupid. I guess the main bit, the main reason why we're doing all this is for one big reason, and they can't even fucking do it. It's so stupid. Like I swear to God, like they must be like retarded or something. I don't see how hard it is to just get rid of them. I understand we don't want these two American pigs as the owners of the club anymore. It actually is so stupid. Like
Yeah, it is pain, isn't it? I mean, 18 years of pain is what we say. Fractal takes over. We will go one step forward, 10 steps back. Yeah, I mean, name you a worse combination. Like, Jesus Christ, that's just probably like Todd Bowley put into one. I mean, I was seeing something today, and Chelsea's for like the next 5 or 6 fixtures they could possibly lose them all. Like, imagine Chelsea getting relegated. It'd be
yeah, I
funny.
mean, oh yeah, no, if they can't win a game now. I mean, sure, like they're all out like 6 tweets in a row
Yeah.
now. Like
Yeah, but if Qatar do take over, just don't do what Chelsea are doing and start spending 600 million and just like that. Or
yeah, like
just, you know what I mean?
spent
So
100 million on a Ukrainian winger who hasn't even got like over 12 professional goals before. Like
yeah,
that is disgraceful. Like he is terrible. Like You can't
Like
spend
what?
£100 million on a player from the Ukrainian league.
Yeah, I mean,
That is
I say Arsenal are delighted they brought in Trossard.
your trust was actually and only for 20 million, not spending 100 million
It's
on Mudryk.
bargain. That's 80 million less than what
Yeah,
Chelsea spends with Mudryk.
yeah.
Uh,
You're right though. Trossard's actually a decent player. Like Mudryk
yeah.
is just a pace merchant.
Yeah, I mean, look at Enzo Fernandez, brilliant in the
He's
World
alright,
Cup.
but he's just got donkeys around him. Like he's not a bad player. Like he's only won the
Yeah,
World Cup, sure, but like when you're playing next to players like Kukurea, Loftus-Cheek, Gallagher, and like Kai Havertz, and Mason Mount, they're so bad. Kai Havertz is one of the worst players I've ever seen. He is so bad. Oh, he is terrible. He is that bad.
I
Mount's
know.
really bad. Gallagher's no good. Loftus-Cheek is dead. Kukurea is shocking. Koulibaly's having a bad season. Oh, I get going all day. That whole squad is just bums of boys. They're so bad. They're
But look at
so bad.
Gallagher. Look at Conor Gallagher with Palace last season. Brilliant. Like, is it just a manager? Is it just Chelsea? Like, and
Well,
this is not a Chelsea channel, by the way.
it's a big team to get exposed. Like Chris Palace are like what, like a mid-table team. He did pretty well for them because that's his level. You put him into a high team, but in fairness, like it's a bit hard because like the players around him are not performing at all. But like even Conor Gallagher, he's not that good. He runs around like it's like a cardio. When it comes on, it's like a cardio session. He just runs around a lot. He doesn't really contribute. He got one deflected goal, I think, against Leicester. Like I could have scored that. Like don't know, it's no biggie. Like it's like a cardio session. Like he might just go to the gym, run a bit on a treadmill, and go home. That's literally all he does. He just runs around a bit. I could do that. Anyone could do that. He just runs around, running around a
Yeah,
football pitch. It's not your
yeah.
job.
Chelsea are going to be an interesting bunch now. I mean, we have them at Old Trafford.
If we come out with anything less than a win, oh, I'm unforgivable.
That'd be a typical thing that Chelsea would do is come and beat us, but it's at Old Trafford. I mean, I can't see us.
Oh, we better win that. We better win that.
Yeah,
There's absolutely no excuses for not beating a Chelsea team who literally they're 11 individuals. Like there's 11 individuals. They're not even a team.
I know. Newcastle City, Chelsea, etc. are all rich. What will we do at Ratcliffe? We'll become the next Arsenal competing for top four for the next decade with Ratcliffe. Well, yeah, I mean, Chelsea. Oh, not sure why do you keep mentioning Chelsea. Ratcliffe is a no go, and Qatar is a no brainer. If you see where I'm coming from, you know, I was never really a big fan of Ratcliffe. I just, it kind of took me time with the guy, and then when I just seen that he wants, to still having him and Ratcliffe and the Glazers to still have a bit of a relationship at the club, and I was like, no, I can't, just can't. He shot himself in the foot. That's what he done. He shot himself in the foot. When some fans wanted him, he decided, oh yeah, I'm just gonna bloody do that. But listen, preview tomorrow, game tomorrow against Brighton. Big game. I mean, Tom, you confident for tomorrow's game?
Relatively. I'll be confident enough. Like, I mean, Brighton are after tripping 6 past Wolves there the other weekend, but like we're not worse for them either. I mean, we beat them in the FA Cup, so maybe hopefully we can get something.
It is going to be an interesting game tomorrow. It really, really is. I mean, as you said, I mean, Brighton are weird. He lost 3-1 against Forest away, and then at their own place, they slapped Wolves 6-0. I mean,
Wolves aren't the best in fairness, like, but they're a decent team, but like they're not like they're a mid-table team, like I mean, well, like they'll win some, they'll lose some, like they'll be a bit hit and miss, like that's every mid-table team feel like. I mean, there's a lot of good season, but like that's always going to happen to any team. Like they'll go one week doing really well, then next week they'll just completely butcher up. Like I mean, that's just what football's like, really.
But did you see the team they started? It wasn't even the strongest.
Yeah, no, I saw that. Yeah, I mean, I saw that German guy who's Undaf. He's absolutely dreadful, but even he scored a couple of goals, like fair play to him.
Yeah.
And
I mean, it's only Wolves, so
Yeah, like Wolves aren't too bad, but like they're not great. Like I mean, I didn't think that they'd lose 6-0, but like I mean, sure, even we were playing a B team against them, we beat them 1-0. Sure, I mean, we've still played them at Old Trafford. I'd say I'd be fairly confident we get the job done. I wouldn't be too worried about that one, to be fair. But like, just see how it goes, really.
Yeah. That's it. It's gonna be interesting. I mean, the one can. Tom. Like someone commented on this. After the stream the other day saying, me and you didn't give Brighton credit because we mentioned top four and these teams who have upped their game this season. I mean, we probably get Brighton credit all over the place from their scouting, their season.
Although,
We have get Brighton
I've
credit.
mentioned the scouting at least like 3-4 times. Like, I mean, I've given Brighton credit. Whoever this lad is now, I've given Brighton more than enough credit, lad. Pipe down, lad.
Don't
you dare go Switzerland. We've given you more than enough credit. No, you even dare say we're not giving you credit, man. Lie down, lad. Lie down.
Yeah. You was Aston Villa fan. So.
You don't even support Brighton. What are you complaining that for?
Yeah, I said it.
If you're a Brighton fan, I like the people, but he's not even a Brighton fan. Like, get out, man. Piss off.
Yeah,
we don't want you here. Piss off, man. What's the point, man? You don't even support Brighton. Why would you be telling us you don't credit Brighton? You don't support Brighton. Oh, gee. Why stop wasting our time with you? What? If you ever watch this again, if you're watching, I'll clip this now. Aston Villa, if you watch this again, keep your mouth shut, okay? We don't care what you say. Just shut your mouth. You're an embarrassment.
Yeah. Pipe down. We beat us 1-0.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like the scouting is brilliant. Like,
oh no, it is. I mean, they find I said they signed 18-year-olds from the back arse of Paraguay and they turn them into world beaters. Like, I mean, how many people can say they've done that? Not many, but Brighton can. So, gotta give them credit. They've been very good.
Yeah, I mean, you look at it. Bloody Matoma, and I'm gonna be brutally honest with you. I've never heard of the bloke in my life, and he seems like a brilliant player. He is a brilliant player.
Oh, is it?
He's a player. McAllister.
He's good.
He's brilliant.
Playing the World Cup. He started the World Cup final, won it. He shoved Alejandro Gomez and Papu Gomez, the winger. He shoved him up. There was a good few wingers that you'd say that were better than him, and he shoved them all out of the team and started the final and won the final. Not many players can say that as well. I mean, now that I can say those really good. Lewis Dunk, Grove. They've got some good players. They're certainly not a bad team. Solly March, I know he's Spanish, but he's still a good player. They're not easy to beat, in fairness. They're a tough team.
No, they're definitely not. They're I mean, I'm not gonna lie. When you look some people probably looked at McAllister starting for Argentina in the World Cup, kind of saying, "Why are you starting this bloke?" But man, I think ever since the World Cup, his price tag has definitely went up a lot more.
Oh, he's a good player. He's a very good player. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, I mean, will he be at Brighton next season? It'd be hard to see him there. Will he go to Liverpool, Manchester United? Abroad? Will he go to Spain or whatever? Yeah, I'd love us to get him. I really, really would, but I don't think he will.
Big off Fernandez, so where his role is big off Fernandez, so that I don't think he won't come in here anyway.
No, I would love a backup to Bruno, but I don't think a World Cup winner is really a backup, is it?
No, he would get pissed off. He wouldn't like backup. He wouldn't.
Yeah, he would I might as well just should have stayed. I would like him, but we have Bruno, so I'm happy with Bruno. Yeah, I mean, their scouting is just mental. It's mad. Evan Ferguson, what a player.
Yeah. Oh, he's very good.
I think he's still out injured, so there are times where I wouldn't mind seeing him play against us, just to see, especially as an Irish fan. All right, this bloke is decent. But
even Mbappe was crediting if Mbappe was doing that to you, you must be doing something right.
Yeah, just probably needs a Ronaldo or a Messi to give him a bit of credit next. What do you reckon?
Mbappe credit. I mean, he doesn't credit every upcoming striker. He credited Ferguson, though. I mean, that's saying something. Not every day Mbappe gives you a compliment when you're only starting out your first season at Brighton. That's impressive. You got to give him credit there. Not many young strikers can say Mbappe rated them, but he can.
Definitely not. Brilliant player. I think he signed his contract there to 2028 or something like that. So, I would have liked us to get him, but Not this season, but maybe in years to come. But it depends. I mean, one concern for us this season because we don't really kind of seem to spark away from home, and when we do, we bottle it. Let me, Tottenham last week. There you have it. I mean, do you look at is the away form a concern this season?
It is, really is. Like, the away form has been unacceptable most times. Like, we beat Forest away from home. We can beat like the very small teams, but like Nottingham Forest, like they're so bad. Like they're actually dreadful.
Yeah.
It's not good. Like against like the big teams away as well. I know like the top 10 have the only one have beaten away is Fulham, and that was the last minute winner from Garnacho. Like, I mean, we lost 7-0 to Liverpool. We lost 6-2 to City. We lost to Arsenal away. We lost to Newcastle away. We lost. We bottled Spurs away. Oh, we lost to Brentford. Yeah, Brentford. Yeah, we lost to them away. Those are the main ones. Like that's no good. Like that is like disgraceful. Like, I mean, that, like, I know as good as we've been this season, that's still a major issue that's going to be fixing sooner than later. Like, that's just completely unacceptable. Like, I mean, I don't see how you can sit there and be like, this okay. Like, I mean, we've had a good season overall, like, no doubt about that. But like at the same time, that's just unforgivable. Like 4-0, 6-3, 7-0. That's unforgivable. It is. It generally is. It generally does.
It's funny, we're playing a team tomorrow who slapped us 4-0 last season away, remember?
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to lose 4-0. I don't.
No, but
like we're not that bad. Like, I mean, that's back when we Rannick and we were absolutely dreadful. Like, I mean, Rannick was shocking as well. Just great. I hope he never sees one Manchester again. But yeah, no, Jesus, it's the fucking disgrace. Like, how can you, like, 4-0 to Brentford, 7-7 to Liverpool? Like, it only gets worse. But like, praying to God, maybe something might change. But this certainly, like, it's a big problem. It's a very big problem.
Yeah, I mean, is it a mentality thing? Is it, like, I know we're a lot more. Our form at Old Trafford is brilliant. I think we've only lost twice there this season. One in Europa League and one against Brighton.
No. We're good at home. We're fine. We can beat anyone home. No, home we're more than good. Like, we can beat anyone home, no bother. Home. We're good at home at least. Like, it's a fortress. Like, we can beat anyone at home, no bother. I mean, we beat Liverpool at home, Arsenal at home, City at home. Like, we can win at home, no bother. That's fine. It's away from home. That's where we struggle. I know, like, I remember we used to be really good away from home on the start, but I was during lockdown, like, when there was no fans, so it's pretty easy to win away from home at that stage. But like, yeah, it's I suppose mentality. Not good enough players. Like, I mean, there's still lots of players on the team that need, like, I'll call a few players now who I think are good enough. I'll be honest, Jadon Sancho. He's not good enough. He genuinely isn't. Like, I know he came back from the whole taking a break, whatever. And with all due respect, he's just a very bang average footballer. He's no pace. He doesn't know what foot to use. Half the time he takes on a right, he just passes it back. He always scored against Spurs, but the same, like, he scored against Spurs. But all jokes aside, he's just a bang average footballer. Like, he's just not that good. I hate to break, he's just not that good. There's a fair few players that are suspect that, like, they're that. Sorry.
I have a question for you.
Yeah, ask it.
Lindelof. What would you do?
Keep him as a backup, but I wouldn't be playing him that much. Like, he's not bad, but like, you can't fully trust him. Like, sooner or later he'll do something that just completely balls up. Like, he's been doing okay since he got back into. Since he's first started playing, he's actually been doing okay. But I wouldn't. I can't trust him. Like, between now and the end of the season, he'll make probably at least one pretty big mistake, or he'll do something stupid. Like, I know what'll happen. Like, he's improved a good bit. I'm not going to say he's been bad, like, because he's been pretty solid. I thought, scored the winning penalty against Brighton. He's not a bad player, but like, he'll do something stupid sooner or later. Like, that he's got a ball in him. Like, he will certainly make a pretty silly mistake and cost us probably a game maybe. Like, he's that player. Like, well, up to now he's been pretty good. Like, hopefully tomorrow he can keep it up. Like, but sooner or later he'll do something pretty stupid and the fans will go from him. It'll just happen. Like, you just know it will. Like, I mean, like, he's okay as backup, but like, that's back up now, like playing cup games and like only if you really need him, like you do now. Unfortunately, like, you know, you wouldn't be put him into the first team and be celebrating, like, you know, he's a bang average defender. He's a bozo gene, and he'll mess up a few times. He's not the worst, you know. He's pretty good at passing. That's what he really is.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I have a few players who I wouldn't mind throwing in there. I have a lot actually. Maguire being one,
Oh,
McTominay.
Gareth, if you can forget a replacement, I'd say move him on. Like, you know, with all like thanks to memories, but your time here is done. Like, you know, he's just not good enough. Like, not a terrible player, he's a bang
Fred.
fielder. He's getting old. Fred isn't bad. He's getting old. Fred, like, if Fred was McTominay's age, I'd keep him. But he's getting to, he's like, what, 30 now? Yeah, he's 30 now. He's getting too old. He's just getting too
Fred's
old.
a weird player as well, isn't he? Fred can have a brilliant game and then you play bad the next one. He's such a weird player. He's not consistent.
Yeah, no, he's improving. Like, he's better than he is. Like, between now and the last 2 years, he's been improving. Like, he's not like, no, he's not consistent enough to be a good player in the field. Like, he's okay. Like, you know, like this season he's had more good games than bad games. I'll give him that. Like, he was a bit dodgy to start, and against Spurs he was disgraceful. But like,
him and Casemiro are decent though. That's the thing. Him, like, when you have Fred and Casemiro, they're decent. But when you have Fred and Sabitzer or McTominay or whoever else you want to throw in there, Fred's just back to his usual self.
Yeah, so that's usually it. Like, no, he's an okay player. Like, just he's getting old. He's getting old. There's a good. I mean, Eriksen is, Varane is, Casemiro is. There's like a good few lads in that team are getting a bit too old now. Like, I mean,
yeah.
They're no good to you.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Wakehorse can go back to Burnley. Bye-bye.
Yeah, no bother. Like, all like thanks to memories. Wow, you know, I understand you love the fans and all, but sorry, mate, you're just not good. You're just not a good footballer. Just you can go back to Burnley, go back to wherever you want to go. Just here's when you're home, I'm afraid.
Yeah, no, I send him back. I mean, Martial.
Okay, Garrett Martial, Garrett him.
We get rid of Martial, yeah. I mean, bring in a young striker like a Highland.
I'll be honest, Martial's lazy. Like, with all the injuries, he's lazy. Like, my uncle was saying, he went to a match 4 years ago, or 4 or 5 years ago, 2018. Martial, shocking. Even he still plays now. Like, he'll score every now and again, but like, he's no good to you. Like, I'm sorry, like, I'm sick. Like, I know you try build him up thinking that maybe he's back, he's gonna have a good season. Talent will help him cook. No, Martial, he is just not good. He's just not good enough. Not good enough. Too many injuries. Too lazy. Disinterested half the time. Like, time to go. Like, just go. Just time to go.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, brilliant pre-season, but then Martial again, another player who's not consistent. That's the problem with us. We haven't got players that are consistent.
Yeah, but I mean, unfortunately, pre-season, like, it doesn't. I mean, Andres Pereira. Do you know? Remember we used to have Andres Pereira. Good at pre-season. He played in the real. Oh, he was just dreadful. Like, he's got a full class level.
Pre-season Perlo.
Yeah, pre-season. Yeah, he was good in pre-season, but like, you can be good in pre-season all you want. If you don't play the real matches, then you're useless. Like, you're no good. You're no good to us. Like, you're. And unfortunately, he was just no good. No good.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah. I mean, Martial was a player I always said maybe we should get rid of him. That people have been like, oh, why would you get rid of Martial? Bring him back up a few. People are like, oh, if you bring in Osimhen or Harry Kane, keep Martial. Yeah, Martial gets injured. Who are you looking at then on the bench? Can't look at Wakehorse. You know, he's not the greatest option in the world, but you can't. You're gonna, Rashford, certain starter. Bring in. Tell you who you play. Tell you what I'd do. As a backup, I'd bring in that young lad, Highland, something like that. I'd bring him in.
I guess you have to give him a try. You know, I mean, like, I'm not seeing too much from him. He seems okay, but like, again, I'm not seeing too much from the judge. Like, he can't be any worse than Wakehorse, surely not. Like, he's surely. I don't think he's that bad. But yeah, I guess try him. I mean, if hopefully he's not too expensive, just bring him in. We need 2 strikers, at least a backup and an actual one. I mean, Wakehorse is going. Get rid of Martial. He's no good to you. I have to say that for the last, like, it's getting to the point now. You can't make excuse for him. This lad is simply just no good to you. Yeah, that's really it.
Yeah, definitely. But listen, we'll get this preview done and dusted soon anyways. We'll go through Ten Hag's press quotes and then just talk about the usual stuff. So, bit of breaking news actually from Samuel Luckhorst earlier on. Raphael Varane is expected to return before the end of the season for Manchester United, but will not be available for the upcoming games against Brighton and West Ham. I mean, Tom Varane coming back, brilliant. You know, if you have him for the final against City, obviously I'd give him a few games before then if you can, because you're not going to throw Varane into, his first game back from injury. You're not going to throw him in against City in a final, are you? With his first game back. Yeah.
No, like hopefully he's back to the age we need him. Like, I mean, like, would you trust Lindelof and Shaw against Haaland and Grealish and all them? Oh, you wouldn't. Even with Varane, I don't think we'll even win. But without Varane, with no chance. With Varane, you still have a tiny chance.
Yeah. And Ten Hag on the fitness of Varane, McTominay, Garnacho ahead of the trip to Brighton tomorrow says Rafa is closer to McTominay in this moment, but still for the coming 2 games they are not available. I think it's too soon for Garnacho to be available. I mean, I don't know what's up with McTominay. I mean, I seen he put up a thing up on Instagram yesterday of him in training gear. I mean, I don't even know what his injury is. I mean, it's interesting with McTominay.
He's been out for a while, but I'm not sure what's wrong with him. Something might enough to say. I mean, he's back soon. He's back. He'll be back soon enough to say. So.
Yeah, well, supposedly Varane's meant to return before him.
Where is he?
Yeah.
I didn't know so.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. It's a bit weird. I mean, even though McTominay's not the most best midfielder in the world, just have him there for depth is a bit handy.
Yeah, it's okay for depth. Like he's not.
Then you have Sabitzer there and Fred.
Like,
so.
He's just not like United standard. Like we have a high centre midfielder. We're a top class team. He's bang average. Like he's like a Crystal Palace midfielder, or like an Everton midfielder.
Yeah.
Nah, Everton's fine now. We won't go that bad. He's in mid-table midfield. Like he's in mid-table. Like he's not.
Yeah, he's not the best in the world, I should say.
Yeah, no, he's just a bang average. He'll score every now and again. He's proper brain dead every now and again. Like you don't know what you get with him. Like he's either hit and miss, one or the other.
Yeah, that's it. But listen, we'll go through these anyways. Ten Hag spoke about Garnacho. He says, first of all, I think he has the prize, which is the contract, and it is a prize. He says he also shows he can make the final step, not only talent, but also he made it. He says now it's a new start, a new restart, but now expectations will be higher. The demand will definitely be higher. He's on his way. He's a strong character, and that's why he's there in the moment on this level, and he did it by himself. He says now work is more. What the hell? Whoever wrote this is meant. But anyways, now more work is coming to go because the demands are higher. We expect more from him, but it's great he made it. It tells we will give young players opportunities, but they have to deserve it. When I say give, translate it to deserve. They show on the pitch. And it means invest in training, performances in the under 21s, then wait for your moment and prove again. Alejandro was that step beyond, but now the demands will be even more. He has to compete for a starting 11 position. Every time it's the same, you have to cross the limits, and every time you have to go in the next level. We go with him, the challenge, but most important is the player has to do it. So yeah, I mean, we spoke about Garnacho getting his contract extension, which is brilliant. Ten Hag. I mean, he had some weekends, new contract, new teeth, and he's gonna be a father. I mean, the hell? He's only 18. He's only 18, Tom.
He's not into himself, sure.
Jesus Christ. But yeah, I mean, listen, we'll talk. Ten Hag spoke about the season or during whatever. He says, I never want to talk during the season of pride or satisfaction. You know my statement. Satisfaction leads to laziness. We have 6 games to go, and every game we want to win. Therefore, you need full focus, full energy, full preparation. He says, tomorrow against Brighton is definitely going to be a fight, and we have to be ready for that fight and the points. Then he spoke about trophies in top 4. He says, I never speak about if scenarios, not negative, not positive. Focus on the game tomorrow. Don't dream. Stay in the same focus as others. You have to improve every game. Good is not good enough. We have to do better. And then he spoke about the Brighton rematch. He says, it's a normal reaction. I think everyone involved in the top sports. If you get beaten, you want to have revenge. And that is normal. They have huge motivation to beat us. We have to match that and do more, show more hunger than them to win this game. A willingness is the word for tomorrow. Then he spoke about away form, which we were just speaking about, Tom. Says, I don't think about away or home. You have to win every game, so we have to win tomorrow as well. He says, then he spoke about the culture. He says, I know the culture of Man United. I know before, of course, I was long employed in youth football. I met several times. I met Man United several times in big tournaments. I met several times Man United in big tournaments in the Netherlands. And under 15, Man United was always there. It's the biggest tournament for under 15 teams. But in the past, everyone knew, and we talked about the Busby Babes, Generation 92. So he seems to be a big fan of United before even the point. He says, oh, it was the same as Man United in developing young players, giving young players opportunities to work on their personality. If they feel they are good people and have a good life and can contribute in society, but we want to develop players into the first team. I think you are in that perspective. Garnacho, Kobe Mainoo is also on his way. He says there's a pathway to the first team, but they have to deserve it. We have structures in the academy, brilliant work, under 21s and training into the first team. But talent has to do it by itself. Man United has a big history of youth development, and in our talks last year, that was one of the points we talked about. So he seems to be a big fan about he didn't even speak much about the game tomorrow, but he seems to be a big fan in youth, and talent.
Yeah.
When you mentioned Kobe Mainoo there, could you see Kobe Mainoo, maybe be like obviously not be exactly like Garnacho, but can you see him have the rise like Garnacho did? I mean, he plays in the position Bruno does, so
it's hard to say. I mean, I'm not too much from I've heard he's like really good and all that. I mean, I'd have to wait to see myself. Like, I mean, Garnacho, like we have to remember, Garnacho has like really good start. Like, we not have many 18-year-olds that start like Garnacho. Like Garnacho is a top quality player. He's very aggressive as well. Like, I mean, you see some fullbacks give him shite, but he won't take it. Like, see, Garnacho's aggressive, which always helps him. Like, not many, like, just because you don't play a Garnacho nation doesn't mean you're bad. Garnacho is one of the way better seniors I've seen in my time. I don't know. It's hard to say. Like, I don't think you get much game time because obviously in that position, obviously, like you got Fernandez and you need experience in midfield, and Kobe Mainoo one of them experience. Like, I'd loan him out for years, maybe see how he does down there. Then maybe give him a chance. Like, I mean, he could. I don't know. Maybe he could be an alright player, but I don't know, to be honest. It's a tough one to tell.
Yeah, no, it is. It really, really is. But Ten Hag seems to trust a lot of these players. I mean, and Kobe Mainoo, we came on against Charlton, I think, in the second leg in the Carabao Cup. Was it second leg? No, we didn't even play second leg in the quarterfinals. He came on and he started. Yeah, I think he started. So, didn't do too much, but he didn't make any mistakes that need to be talked about. Just another thing relating to Brighton. Supposedly that manager Robert De Zerbi, his press conference was cancelled because he's unwell, but he hopes to be on the touchline tomorrow night. I mean, what do you reckon? Do you reckon it's just waffle, or do you reckon he might actually be out for tomorrow's match?
He could be. I mean, cancelling press conference would be serious enough to say for them, like, so. Could be.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure they still have a solid, backroom team to take over this. So, I mean, we mentioned the game at Wembley. Can you see this game being a lot more tougher than the game at Wembley? It's at their place. They want revenge. Like,
with a few players back from injury, though, to be fair, like, I mean, it's hard to say. It's a tough one. It's a tough one.
Yeah, I think it'd be tough, but hopefully we can get the points. I mean, we'll go through Brighton's form the last 5 Premier League games. Thank God I put it up. So they beat Brighton 2-0. They beat Bournemouth 2-0. Tottenham beat them 2-1. Then they beat Chelsea 2-1. Then Nottingham Forest beat them 3-1. And then, as you see there, they slapped Wolves 6-0. I mean, well, I mean, what's this? You're looking at 2 losses and 3 wins.
Yeah, no, I mean that's pretty good form as well. Like, I mean, 3 wins off, like not bad at all. Like, I mean, we all are a decent team, like, but like that's certainly not too bad form, like.
Yeah. And the second last question: how can United beat Brighton tomorrow night?
Just play all season. I mean, good key passing, like, hit them on the break, I guess, you know what I mean, because we've got the pace to beat them on the break. I say hit them on the break.
Yeah, and don't bottle it in the second half if you have a lead. I mean, Tom, I think we go into predicted 11s and stuff. So I think me and you actually have the same predicted 11, which is funny enough. But here's your predicted 11, Tom, if you want to talk us through it. I think it's the same 11 that we kind of played against some of the semi-finals. So if you want to talk through it.
Yeah, we have to put the strongest team we can, really. I mean, it's coming to the end of the season now. You need top 4. Hopefully, then pick up at the end. But just get as high as you can. Try to get third. You got to play the strongest team we can. And I think that's the strongest team we really can put out there. You know what I mean? Most of the players, I mean, I think it's the exact same team except Sabit. It's Anthony instead of Sabitzer, I guess. But like, it's a good team. Like, I think it's the best team.
Yeah. Or did you have Sabitzer starting?
I keep it that way for now, like, because I think Anthony would be useful, but like if Sabitzer's starting, like, it's okay, like, because Sabitzer's a decent player, like, he's certainly not a bad player, like, since he's come in, he's done a pretty good job, so I wouldn't be sad if he wasn't playing, like, but like I think that team there is probably the strongest team and most realistic one. I'd say I'd keep it like that, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, I went with the same as you, Tom. I did throw Malacia in, but then, kind of like, if he plays Malacia, I won't be upset, but just go with what I trust that back line.
Dow's been good at left back, to be fair. Like the 2 or 3 games he's played left back, he's been very useful at his job. He's been very solid. Like, I think it'd be stupid not to keep him left back. I think he's done pretty well. I know obviously Malacia well against left back. No, I did well left back against Villa, but like, I keep Dow there. I mean, Dow has been pretty solid there so far, so I don't see why he couldn't still be solid, like, so I keep him.
Yeah. I mean, I think Dallo played left back actually with Milan when he was on loan there, so he knows how to cover up that kind of position.
He can play left back a little bit like that. It's his other position, like, but
yeah. Some score predictions, Tom.
I'm thinking 1-0. I think 1-0. Like, can't see it being more than 2 goals in this game. We'll probably hit him on the break somewhat. Fernandes will get a good shot. I mean, scored against Villa. Hopefully, again, he can score again tomorrow. And let's say defensively we'll be like, I know we're not great away against big enough teams, but I'd say we'll be ground, hopefully. So, praying to God that we'll be okay.
Yeah. I mean, I went with a bit of a different one. Not sure whether you call it a negative prediction. Whatever you want, but I hope I'm wrong in a good way. I hope your one is right, but I went with a 2-2 draw. Bit of a goal fest, if you want to say.
Trossard.
Oh, bollocks. That was meant to be McAllister. I was actually thinking of Trossard as well. Oh, bollocks. Why did I don't... Oh, that's the wrong one I put up as well. But listen, we'll take it down just in case anyone comes in and starts. But if you're watching, don't worry, I'm not crying. My eyes killing me. Matoma McAllister was meant to be.
Yeah.
And I went Rashford and Bruno. It's a bit negative, but I'll take a point at there, please.
No, like that it's realistic. No, it's realistic. I would say it's realistic enough. Like, I mean, I could see that happening in a way. Like, I mean, they're 2 good scoring teams. Like, I'm hoping we'll be defensively solid enough. But I mean, that could always happen, to be fair.
Yeah. I mean, I hope you're right, Tom. I hope you're right. I was expecting you to say a draw, not me. I thought it would have been the other way around, but I hope we beat them. 2-1, 1-0. You know, where we get what we got in the COVID season, where the end of the game when we got a penalty like that was just carnage. But
I remember that. Yeah.
Can Norton strike twice. Yeah, I know that was something else. So. Weird, but okay. But yeah, that's been the Manchester United versus Brighton preview. Tom, thanks for coming on, much appreciated.
About that.
And yeah, thanks for watching. Just want to say, tomorrow night we have the watch along. I think again starts at 8.
Yeah, it's 8. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's gonna be an interesting game. I mean, like, just quick, would you throw Malacia in there? Like, you know, like would Malacia be your like? I mean, I started Wan-Bissaka because Matoma would rip him a new arse, would rip Dallo a new arsehole. I feel on that right.
Yeah, no, right. I play safe. I put on like last time left his name where, but I'd play Dallo there. I think that's probably the best option. Play Dallo
there. But yeah, as I said, that's been the preview. There will be a watch long, so join me around half hour before that. Do you see the private chat, Tom? Just before I say what I'm going to say.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, that's alright. Just making sure. So yeah, for anyone who's still watching, we have a show coming tomorrow. I think it's out around 3:00 with Ben Jacobs. He's, source. He probably from the United Stand a few times. Paddock. What's the Man United People's TV, whatever way you want to call it. So he'll be on tomorrow. Bit of an update on this ownership and stuff like that. See if we can get anything out of him that would fill us with confidence or a bit of belief. So looking forward to that one. So join us at 3:00 before then. Hit that subscribe button, notification bell. And yeah, as I said, Tom, thanks for coming on, man. Much appreciated. Any final thoughts? Anything else you want to say?
No, I think that's everything I'd say, to be fair.
Nice one. Thanks for watching, and links in the description of all the socials. And yeah, speak to y'all tomorrow. Come on, United.